My favorite speaker from last season was Guy Gruders, and he flew in from Ohio to be with us, and he is a prisoner of war, a former prisoner of war in the infamous Hanoi Hilton. He spent 7 years in prison. And why that was such a moving and incredible speaker for me is the title of his talk was Forgiving Your Enemies. How many times little trivial things happen in our lives and we have trouble forgiving? Well, imagine being able to forgive 7 years of torture in a prison in Hanoi, Vietnam. It was incredibly moving, and there was hardly a dry eye in the audience.
I really can't give you one favorite. I have to give you two favorites from last year because they were both on very rainy nights, rained the whole time, and yet we had an unbelievable turnout for Sister Carmela DeCosti, who had run the Our Lady of Perpetual Help Retreat Center for so many years, and many of our women knew her, and they just sat there mesmerized by her story and just loving her and her loving them back. It was a beautiful moment. And then the next month, raining again, we had Lois Tomei, who was so inspiring because she really talked about, how to live in the real world that we have given to us. And she really has to do that on a daily basis as the Wink News nightly anchor.
And also, and I'm sure you're going to want to do this too, Sue, I want to say a special thank you to Father Bob Tabbert. He has been so instrumental for us in our first 6 seasons to help it succeed. He was our chaplain for the first 6 seasons, and obviously the demands on his time are so great, so we accepted his stepping aside with regret at the end of last season, but really want to thank him for all he does and continues to do for Faith and Ale.
Father Bob is our chaplain too, and actually was at the very first meeting we ever had and helped to inspire us in our mission. He is no longer our chaplain, but we do have him still as our spiritual director. He's still very involved in helping us formulate our mission and pick out our speakers, because he's just very excited about what's happening in both of these ministries.